All right, so here we go. According to the official Alien magazine, a deserted bone-like spacecraft of staggering size, a trio of thick-lipped organic openings.
Thick-lipped.
That's pretty funny for 1970. They knew what they were going for there. Yeah. A little kid's reading this being like, oh, yeah, they are thick-lipped, like not realizing it.
Mom, they got these thick-lipped doors. In
the side of the U-shaped derelict within a chamber whose walls are reminiscent of a human rib cage, but it was actually whales, whose air is permitted by a thin blue mist. I got a fun fact about the mist in a second that you're going to like.
Oh, okay.
In its center, a great disc, a cannon-like device, and the fossilized remains, definitely not a suit, of a giant long-dead pilot, the Space Jockey. The being's radio is still functioning, still transmitting a final frightening message to the universe. Stay away! Really dramatic. The Space Jockey.
I mean...
Who is he? Or is it a she? No. Or an it. Maybe. Biomechanical part of
Maybe
the craft
in
which it was traveling. Where did it come from? Where did it go? If it hadn't been for... And why?
We don't need to know.
To conquer, to colonize, or simply to visit. Why are there hundreds of alien eggs in the hold in its spaceship? In the original draft of Alien, the Alien plot, the jockey was not from space, but from the very same world as the alien, one of the small planet's 3 civilizations. And the vehicle was not a spaceship, but a landcraft. Landcraft.
So LV-426, I said 421 before. Yeah. LV-426 is its home world, according to that.
According to this, yes.
In 1979.
Yes. Well, there's theories here. Okay. This is the original script, so keep in mind that. And the vehicle was not a spaceship, but a landcraft moving from one sector of the planetoid to another. Then the concept changed. The jockey came from outer space. Its mission, unknown. Its fate, killed by the chestburster. Its legacy, a faint etching of a triangle on its instrument panel. I don't remember that. A silent alarm, anyone who might happen along. A warning not to go near the huge pyramid which stands on the horizon, for inside the pyramid is death in the form of 1,000 unborn aliens. Does a pyramid full of aliens sound familiar? Seems like they put this one in the idea pile and brought it back later. Actually, some of the designs of the pyramid is used in Alien vs. Predator, the 1999 video game. The alien that you're in, it's the same design.
That's a great game. And again, there's so many great, and that's a different conversation.
But here we go. Budget cuts force simplification of that second storyline, eliminating the pyramid all along with its hieroglyphics showing the alien's reproductive cycle and an altar housing the lethal eggs. Sound familiar? Yeah. Paul Anderson, you're great. Paul W.S. Anderson. Sorry, P.T. Anderson. I didn't mean to call you out. So a third plot was conceived, one in which Lambert, Dallas, and Kane follow the spacecraft's radio, blah, 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 blah. Let me see here. So here's the story that the magazine has. Thousands of years ago, the jockey's race had hoped to settle on the alien's barren world. I don't know why. It looks like it sucked.
Terraforming it?
Barren world. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
That's what they do in Aliens.
Like most advanced civilizations, they had long ago outgrown their native world. A large, fit breed. They plan to use their a large, fit breed. Definitely not just a kind of tall guy in a suit.
Definitely not humans.
Yes.
Or humanoid. Maybe?
It still makes me mad. It's been like 10 years, and it still makes me really mad.
It's not that bad. If you don't consider it part of the Alien franchise.
First, the colonists made certain that they would not be destroying any native life forms with their atmospheric manipulation. That's a lie. Unfortunately, since the alien eggs were dormant, the sensors of the benign giants indicated no signs of life. A ship landed, its crew hopeful that the job would be swiftly accomplished. They began their work. After screaming into their radios, were never heard from again.
Oh.
You never knew this story. No. Now you know it. Second team suffered a similar fate. I said a familiar fate.
I mean.
So the third landing was made by the jockey at the controls of an armed vessel. So this is like a warship. He's like, oh, fuck.
So is the Horseshoe the armed ship?
Yes.
With eggs on it?
Well.
Continue.
With one finger on the trigger of the cannon, the pilot warrior looked
Get away from her, you bitch!
Looked
and
for
then
the
he
creatures,
shot the queen, right?
Which were presumed to have slain the previous parties. There was nothing to be seen, no remains of the jockey's fellow beings or their attackers. Stepping onto the planet's rocky surface, the jockey did some exploring and, like those before him, discovered the alien eggs. Thinking them to be harmless in their unhatched state, idiots, and possibly damaged by the environmental changes begun by his predecessors, the newcomer loaded them onto the ship's hold to bring them home
Well, you know what? He deserved to die.
for
what?
protection and study. By the way, there are thousands of eggs, and it's just one guy. He was doing this for a while.
Yeah, but like to preserve it, like there's so many there.
The parents of these creatures must have perished protecting their unborn children against what they thought was an invasion. Surely they could not be blamed for that. Suddenly, about to leave the hold, the jockey was assaulted by a facehugger, so he picked up 1,000 eggs. And it wasn't until he put the last egg down and was ready to go home one of them jumped out.
Oh my god.
I wonder if the Krites are on this planet too.
The jockey was assaulted by a facehugger and, unable to see, stumbled to the bridge of the ship to surroundings which were familiar and could be navigated by touch alone. So he's walking around like blah, 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 blah. When the facehugger's task had been completed, the alien seed implanted in a host, the chitinous carrier, I don't know what that word is, died and fell away. The unsuspecting victim recovered quickly and broadcast the story home, blah, 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 and yeah, that's it. So that's the story.
Can the facehugger change its size?
No.
I know. I figured, because this being is much bigger.
It's got a big enough head. If you look at it,
it's pretty big.
Yeah, but the face
Maybe
is...
it adapted, like... You
No,
know,
I think it can get its fingers around it, but now...
it was a big one
Unless
in
it was a-
friggin' Prometheus.
But now
Unless it
you
was a
guys
queen
know...
facehugger.
Yeah, now you guys know the story. One alien came to find his friends, and then he picked up thousands of eggs, presumably one at a time, and he's very big. Hopefully they're very light. And he put them in a ship, and he put a little blue light on all of them, and then one of them jumped out.
Because he broke the seal, right? Of the blue light.
I guess so. Don't break the seal.
I don't know. I don't need to know that shit.
God.
It's much more fun to be like, what is this wacky ass thing?
Yes.
What is
you
happening?
can use your imagination.
Yes.
Yes.